introduce Tenner from TennerTalk.com. He is a just a wealth of knowledge on frequency healing, and he's also wide awake too. So there's that as well. But welcome, Tenner, to the show.
Hey, what's up, brother? Thanks so much for having me.
Thank you for being here, man. I'm sorry you can't see me.
Well, I know what you look like. I saw some videos. I'm trying to stay away from a lot of the chatter around the world. Like I said, I didn't want to do red pilling and intel, even though I can red pill and stand toe to toe with the best of them. I've been on this journey, most of the Trump rallies. Those that know me know that crazy RV. I traveled 60,000 plus miles around the country, red pilling, and on the side of it says these beautiful things: pandemic, human trafficking, election fraud. And I can go toe to toe with the best. But today, the most important thing really is that my journey shifted back home, kind of to take care of my dad. He's 88 years old. Those that are following me know the story, but I'll pretend people are hearing me for the first time, which they are from your platform and hopefully many
Right.
others.
Yeah.
There's plenty of videos on my website, which I will say, sheepnesia.com will bring you right to tennertalk.com. And my Rumble, all of my social media is on right on the homepage of tennertalk.com. So whatever you have, you can connect with me. Rumble, TikTok, YouTube, whatever, Facebook, all of that crap. But and a lot of the videos with what I've been doing with my dad are on there. A new video will be coming soon because I've been documenting the journey since around February, March time. And so let me just jump right into what's happening. We'll get into the device in a second, but it was brought to me when my RV actually fell on my leg, and I should have lost my leg. God was with me that day. I only got a fracture. I had some raw, ripped and skin and everything, and I was supposed to have a meeting with someone, and they said to me about something, and I said, I'm sorry, I'm in pain and all this stuff. They said, oh, but wow, I need to send you some healing frequency. And I said, what? And so the journey began. I started getting frequencies sent to me. I was in Arizona at the time. It was around the Maricopa theft of Kerry Lake for governor. Around that time, I was actually at her ball and everything like that, a part of the journey.
Oh, you were there
But
for that.
I was
Cool.
getting sent frequency
Yeah.
from New York, from the
Mm.
Adirondacks of New York. So this gets sent. It's globally. This is quantum, baby. This is the universe, 369,
Yeah.
Tesla. That's
Yeah.
what's happening. That's what's been kept from us, Jeremy. And
Yeah.
if you're in this movement and you're even slightly awake, if you just woke up from your sheepnesia coma today, don't get upset with me. I had sheepnesia as well until I woke up. Um, you may not know about the technologies that have been kept from us. And frequency, you're hearing about this all over the place because the devil's not in control any longer. Just his tail is left, and that's what we're cleaning up. Just the tail of the lizard, because the head and the body and the intestines, they're all gone. So we're just sweeping up the tail. That's the mission that we're watching play out right now. But as you see, last year you couldn't even find information about healing music and frequency music. It wasn't available, right? So
Right.
we're winning, and disclosure is coming, and it's coming like a flood, and it's going to get even better. So this is real, what's happening. And so even though I have my Healy running right now, and since we were having technical difficulties and everything like that, Jeremy, I threw on the I'll actually show you on my phone through the Bluetooth. I'm running. I put on relax because when you said your camera's not running, I'm like, oh man, because I know the attacks are coming in right from the
Yeah.
tail of the devil, and I'm
Right.
like, we're gonna be able to roll. So this is see, I have relax running. Are you able to see that?
Oh, I can. Yeah, I can see it. Yeah.
And so,
Well, that's cool.
I have it at 85. I usually go at 100% because I'm a lunatic. So I'm zapping myself with the relax program in the gold frequency, right? So I'm wired, so I am relaxed, but I'm naturally wired, right? Because I'm a
Yeah.
lunatic. But
Yeah.
at any rate, um, frequency. So I have three Heelys. Someone very close to me has my third one because I caught them the first day that they got on antidepressants. And I said, oh, no, 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 not on my watch. I said, you're going to take your Healy. I set them up. I scan them. And wouldn't you know it, the mental, we don't have to get into all these deep technical stuff today, but in their high percentage came up. Their highest one was in the mental balance. Go figure. They were going on antidepressants, right? So they were mentally screwed up. So I said, please do not take your meds tomorrow and run these programs, and you're going to sleep good tonight and all of this stuff. And lo and behold, I said, screw you to Big Pharma. I gave him one of these.
Yeah.
And one person is not on pharmaceuticals because they ran the
Wow.
programs with the Healy, and they're not on antidepressants, and that's just a
Wow.
tiny thing.
Wow.
So anyway, I'll show you. So this Healy over here is running. Now this Healy is how I got frequency. I'm running, and in this program, this Healy runs 24/7. It's either sending frequency to me or my dad, or someone else if there's an emergency, like if someone gets a Healy and I do a scan and I say, drink some more, I'm going to run you some programs to get you started, before you get your Healy. So this is the Blue Dot app. If you could see that, this is
You can see it.
this
Yeah.
is frequency that's running right now to my dad.
Wow.
This is how I was getting frequency when the person sent it to me from New York to Arizona.
Yeah.
And even though I'm in the house, I'll say hello in a little while because people think my dad is dead and they think I'm foolish. The trolls think like my father died, so we'll go say hello to him so you can see. It's not Weekend at Bernie's. And anyway, so this is frequency being sent to him. And what do I have running here? This is the Schussler salts. So the amazing, amazing thing about this, Jeremy, it's hard to believe. I don't take vitamins anymore.
Wow.
I take ivermectin, and sometimes I'll make the homemade, hydroxy with the
Sure.
turmeric and grapefruits and stuff,
Yep.
and just and stuff like that. But this device can send you frequency. It could send you the I don't even know how to say it. It could send you the components of vitamins through frequency. So like you can take a picture of a vitamin, you can put affirmations in this when you run your aura. This thing is insane. And I don't want to poo-poo on things, and because I was on patches and wands and the blow dryer with the blue light, and things like this.
Yep.
And these are all watches. These are all helpful things, but this is the Bentley. Those things cannot, as far as I know, I don't think the patch can scan your body, give you the percentages, find the root cause of why you have the pain in your neck, of why you're wearing the patch. The patch is great, maybe it'll help you, but it's not taking away the root cause of the pain. It's just not. I'm sorry to tell you. I have to be the guy. It's truth and from the heart, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
And this thing scans. You know what might be? Can you play that really short? Can you play that short video?
That you can scan your body and identify different deficiencies that you may be suffering from and actually provide you with relief and support? Oh, you may say, of course, everybody would. And that's the answer that we get. This little device called the Healy is the most remarkable. In fact, I believe it's the biggest paradigm shift we'll ever see in our lifetime. Now, I was hearing all these testimonies about how this relieves pain, but what happened at the time, I had this little device and I had the worst tooth pain I've ever had in my life. I tried taking all kinds of painkillers, nothing would work. So I decided to run this little device. And ladies and gentlemen, I am telling you, in less than 30 minutes, my pain was completely gone. You see, guys, this is what got my attention. The fact that Healy is a microcurrent medical device that has been cleared by the United States Food and Drug Administration for the relief of acute, chronic, and arthritis pain and muscle soreness due to overexertion. I've never seen a disclaimer like this before. In fact, Healy also has non-medical applications that use individualized frequencies to help balance your mind and body and relieve stress. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know about you, but when I found out that this device has over 300,000 frequencies and can help support the body in so many areas, think about it this way. There's frequencies to help you to relax, frequencies to give you energy, frequencies to help take away pain. How about people that have trouble with sleeping, stress, exhaustion? Guys, this was something that literally blew me away. And there was even more frequencies. Frequencies dealing with weight management, circulation. In fact, those of you that work out, there's even frequencies to help with muscle regeneration. Frequencies, ladies and gentlemen, that even help with your eyes, your hormones, your intestines, your nerves. Frequencies to help with your immune system. even the menstrual cycle. Frequencies, guys, that help with bacteria, tonsils, liver, toxins, prostate, lungs. I mean, the list was so long, and I was so impressed as I kept looking at frequencies for the heart. And ladies, how about frequency to even help with hair growth and nails? Frequencies on anti-aging, supporting wounds, and so much more. Over 300,000 frequencies, even helping with the brain. So you're probably thinking, wait a minute, what are microcurrents and frequency therapy? Why haven't I ever heard of this before? Well, ladies and gentlemen, frequencies are nothing new. In fact, well over 100 years ago, Nikola Tesla made a profound statement. He said, if you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. Now, he was a very brilliant man when it came to frequencies, but his work was not designed for profit. And so it made his funding literally dry up and stop. But ladies and gentlemen, had this not been the case, we'd have already been living in a very different world years ago. In fact, everything in life has a frequency. Your bodies have frequencies. Your cells have frequencies. Einstein knew this when he published 3 articles back in 1905 that literally dealt with quantum physics. And this was based on the theories of Nikola Tesla. Now, what Einstein said is that the future of medicine will be the medicine of frequencies. Beginning in the 1900s, doctors and engineers started working together, and they found that certain frequencies could actually reduce pain, that it could reduce even scar tissue. Then in 1934, when Dr. Rife invented the Rife machine, he knew that everything vibrates on its own natural frequency. He believed that if he could discover the frequencies of disease-causing microorganisms, he could destroy them with the same vibrational frequency in much as the same way an opera singer matches the frequency of a wine glass with their voice and shatters them. He even made the statement that he documented that he had literally cured patients with cancer. Well, we know you cannot make medical claims like that. Of course, the powers to be, they got involved. The Rife machine was taken and destroyed. All the evidence that he had was totally taken away. And when it came to frequency technology, everything went dark until the 1980s, 1990s, when German scientists and physicians started working together, getting some amazing results dealing with microcurrents and frequencies. In fact, they can actually take computers and measure how the body cells were responding to the frequency. Now, the most advanced machine that came out was the time waver machine. In fact, these machines were sold to doctors and physicians from anywhere between $12,000 and $40,000. Now, the therapists were using these devices, and they were using them with their patients and getting remarkable results. Now, while these doctors and physicians and therapists were getting great results, they weren't simply reaching enough people fast enough. So Marcus Schmieke, the owner of Time Waver, took the technology that was in the big Time Waver device and condensed it down into a small wearable health technology. This device is called the Healy, and you can see how small it is in comparison to your cell phone. In fact, your cell phone, your smartphone, actually controls the Healy. Now, he did this, of course, because he wanted this technology to be in the homes of over 100 million families. And just to give you a little insight on how microcurrents work, you can go do research on Bjorn Nordstrom. He was a gentleman that was actually a part of the committee of the Nobel Peace Prize. This is his chart where he realized that our cells have a voltage, and a healthy cell's voltage, much like a young child. That's the reason why when a child falls, his skin repairs itself very quickly, or if he breaks a bone, he repairs very quickly, because the cell voltage is at its optimal capability. But ladies and gentlemen, as we start to age, as we start to take in different toxins and radiations, the cell voltage starts to go down. And as that happens, you see aches and pains sets in, inflammation sets in, cell division, and eventually cell death. We know that unhealthy cells will make unhealthy organs, just like we know healthy cells will make healthy organs. So because of this, This technology, ladies and gentlemen, is designed to use the microcurrents to raise the ATP production of up to 500%. It also increases protein synthesis for the cell, as well as it increases the amino acid transport up to 40%. Now, here's what's so amazing about this little device. It is the quantum sensor. Now, this quantum sensor is simply amazing. It's actually able to sense what frequency your cells need to respond to the most, give them the right amount of frequency that they need before it moves along and scans more cells to see what frequencies they need. That's why this patented technology is absolutely phenomenal, giving our body the exact right amount of frequencies that we need to be able to best support the body and its functions. They have a complete medical advisory board. One of their doctors is Dr. Carolyn McMakin. You will see a lot of videos and testimonies on the amazing results that she's having using frequency therapy. In fact, she's one of the prominent doctors that work with a lot of the NFL players when they have injuries and to get record time recovery. It is absolutely just powerful when you do your research. Now, you're probably saying, man, I'd love to talk to some of these doctors. Well, you can. They have a special app that if you purchase the app, ladies and gentlemen, you can now have the database of a lot of different problems or something that you may have. You simply type it in, and then it gives you the response back of the different frequencies that will be great for you to run that would help support your body in those areas. Can you imagine having at your disposal a network of up to 2,500 doctors and practitioners? Now that's great, but what I'm about to share with you is another huge paradigm shift. You know how we're always taking our vitamins and pills, or maybe we take liquid nutrition? Well, what if, ladies and gentlemen, this technology, the same technology that we're using, was actually able to deliver your nutrition to you digitally? That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The next paradigm shift is here. You see, they have something called the Healy Watch that monitors the different things that are going on in your body. But the watch is so sophisticated that while you're eating a meal, it can even detect the amount of vitamin D or vitamin E that you did not get out of that meal. And then turn around and digitally put that same vitamin or nutritional substance into your system digitally. Would that be phenomenal? That's exactly what we have here. It's the next level digital nutrition. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. You heard what I said. This is the next level. Think about nutritional mixtures for hair, for your brain, for your skin, for your nails, for anti aging, minerals. How about with weight management, the best weight loss program, ladies and gentlemen, you could ever be on? How about more digital nutrition that they have for menstruation, for toxins in the body, for sports, nutrition for men, for women, for sleep, for ears, for nails, for head, for heart? You guys are looking at pages and pages. How about vitamin A, vitamin B4, zinc, iron? Ladies and gentlemen, when I tell you that the next generation is here, it is here. You are looking at it in front of you, and it truly is powerful. Can you imagine having unlimited nutrition for the entire family per month? People who know about this device.
It looks like Jeremy has been lost. You know what's funny? God must have heard me. I was gonna try to tell Jeremy we don't have to hear the the rest. You get the gist of it, because I'd rather you could watch that video. That video is on the website. I created a little website just for the. Hey Jeremy, it's totally fine. The creator must have heard me, because I was saying.
I don't know.
I could probably stop the video. I could probably tell you to stop the video. There was only 2 more minutes, but it was perfect, because that video, I was just telling people, that video is on the website. I don't know if you can scroll, putting healingtheworld.love.
Yeah. Yep.
That's the website that I created. Just there's a 2-minute video of me, and I think you shared that video on the promo. But when you scroll down, it says, "What is Healy?" Right on the homepage of healingtheworld.love is that video, and then there's another like 6-minute amazing another video that really sums the Healy up in a nutshell. So you know if you need it to help save you or someone else or not, just by these 2 videos. So that's in a thing. I wanted to correct one thing because something changed. That video is about a year old. Um, when he says you can talk to the doctors, you can talk to the doctors if you need to. But what they've done, these doctors all around the world, these amazing doctors, the ones that have most of the ones that have been suppressed, talking about this thing and all of that.
Right.
They have a heal advisor. So what you can do is you can go into the heal advisor um, if you want to just like let's just say diabetes. Let's take edema, like water retention. One of the last things I'm kind of dealing with my dad. My dad's down to one med, and we'll get to his meds in a minute, which is the Lasix, which is a fake sodium to make him pee to get rid of the water, right? So when you go into the heal advisor and you type in edema or whatever you want to type in, migraine, whatever it is, anything, the doctors have subscribed so many different frequencies in the different program groups that it's all in there that you don't even have to talk to them. You don't even have to wait. You just go in there and type in, and it'll lay out the whole frequency plan for you, like whatever. Usually with cleansing and pure oil and being and lymphatic system or kidney, prostate. They've done it all, so you don't have to wait and talk to them. So that's been upgraded. And I wanted to jump back. You heard like, see, people, we have to take our power back, right? There's a lot of great things happening around the globe, right? It's amazing, right?
Yeah.
But I think the creator he doesn't want us on the couch waiting, right? Waiting for money, waiting for med beds. And this has been called the med bed in the pocket, by the way. Um and so if I was waiting like for a med bed to show up, which I want to stay positive and I want to believe that there are med beds because we have this amazing technology right here in this little piece of plastic that can save your life, right?
Yeah.
So I have to believe that there's a med bed and it's going to come. But if
Yeah.
I was waiting, if I was one of the people waiting for a med bed, and I may have maybe a year and a half ago, I was waiting for everything as well, he might be dead. So I don't know how many people drop dead, unfortunately, and bless their souls and rest in peace, that were waiting to be saved instead of claiming their power and tapping into the things that are here for us. And that's the shift I believe that's happening right now. Again, I don't want anyone to get upset with me. There's a massive global cleanup going on. The
Yeah.
creator is kicking ass. The military's kicking
Yep.
ass.
Yep.
Q, all of that stuff, whatever you think of
Yep.
it,
Yep.
it
Yep.
had to happen.
Absolutely.
Whether it's a psyop or whatnot.
Hey, you're free to say whatever you want with my channel, brother, because we all are like my followers are wide awake in terms of what you're talking about, the Great Awakening and all of that. So you're
Yep.
free to say anything you like, bro. And we're on
Cool.
Rumble, so you're good.
No, and that's the thing. And I believe in most of everything. And people got angry with me, and they're coming back now because probably a year and a half ago, I started into that shift where I'm the one revving up, repeating Kennedy's, speech from '63. Ask not what your country can do for you, but ask what you can do for your country. He's going to splinter the CIA. We known about this corruption. We're exposing it. It's a slow drip, right? Like
Yeah.
thousands of years of a spiritual battle and evil. It took a very very long time. At least Kennedy started it. It may have started before him. So here we are, right, in this lifetime. What a time to be alive right now when we're actually going to watch the ending. But when is the ending? And people get mad with this. So listen to me. Don't hang up yet. Listen to me because I said this isn't new. I said this well over a year ago. Of course, the Federal Reserve and our money's been hijacked and we've been taxed and we've been slaves and we
Right.
were incorporated and the whole thing. We know the whole thing. We know the whole thing. And it's getting fixed behind, and we're waiting for this and we're waiting for this and we're waiting for Nassar Jassar and we're waiting for gold and silver, bags of it under the tree, and to be saved financially. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
Eventually,
Yeah.
and it's happening, and it's happening behind the scenes, and we're
Yeah.
seeing it ramp up, and it's so exciting. But here's the thing I say, you have to ask yourself this question. Are we going to get money? Like, are we going to wake up? Is our credit card debt going to get paid off like in the next few weeks? And people were thinking it was last year. I was one of them. I'm
Yeah.
glad I bought physical silver as much as I
Right.
possibly could
Right.
a couple of years
Right.
ago. glad I have it. I know it's going to go through the roof someday
Yep.
soon
Yep.
because we're going back to God's money, which is
Right.
metals, right?
Right.
Everything else is fake. If it was created by man, it's fake. If it comes from the earth, like a plant and everything, we know it's good for us. If man put his hands in it, bad man. So we
Yeah.
know this is all happening. But does it make sense that we're going to get rewarded with money when the serpent's tail is still around? We gotta go, people. You have to think about this logically, and this is going to be healthy for you. This will, and I'm only talking to who needs to hear this. Okay, I'm not talking to the awakened person. You're screaming, Tanner, you're not telling me anything I know. That's great. I love you, man. Then
Yeah.
just hang out until there's something that you might hear that you need to hear. But in
Sure.
the meantime, does it make sense that we're going to get rewarded with money and everything's going to change while the tail of the serpent is still
No.
remnant around? No. And I was telling people, and they got angry, and they're coming back now because it's a year later. Oh, maybe
Hey,
Tanner was right about that.
can I-
Maybe. So it's a year later. You still didn't get your Nasara Jasara bag under the tree because it's the last thing. Aspects of Nasara Jasara are being rolled out behind the scenes. Everything's going on. Everything's getting ready. But we have to cure this first, everyone. You understand that? I have people I love dearly so much that I want to cure them of this, and it's not my job anymore. There's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can do. So what we're experiencing is for these people right now, right? We're awakened, and we're lucky if we only know 10% of what's going on. Really, like there's some psycho shit going on that's happened to us. We can't even know everything because we'd be crying right now, and we would need therapy. But they're doing a slow drip. The Whether you believe, and I have, like I said, I don't want to do the red pill. I have the videos 6 days after the inauguration that I proved was shot in a studio, and they were live that day. And I show the conflicting footage where there's a tree and then there's no tree. I broke that down 6 days after the inauguration. We know there's a massive, beautiful, incredible operation going on that only the creator, in coordination with our amazing military and all of those NQ, whoever's in it, can put this together. This can only happen with these people, right? Just man cannot do this alone. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful. And when it's over, it's going to be heaven on earth, and any movie, any fantasy you've ever had in your head, it will be even better than that. But we have to cure this
I'll
first.
tell you, Tanner, I'll tell you, man. Matthew chapter 7, it says, "Do not give that which is holy to the dogs, and do not throw your pearls before pigs, for they will trample them under your feet and turn and tear you into pieces." So if y'all
Amen.
want this stuff to come now, they're gonna turn it on you and tear you into pieces. We have to wait until the war is over,
Right.
and then we will have the great revival. Lance Wallnau, people can say what they want about him, but he said this is not the time for revival. This is the time for war. And a lot of people got mad in the church. They said, no, revival's all the time. No, this is the time for war. Revival comes afterwards. The outpouring of the Spirit on all flesh, that comes afterwards. Behold, I saw a door standing open in heaven. Come up here so I can show you what must take place after this. After what? After the war that we're in.
Right.
That's
We're in a spiritual battle. We've been at war a long time,
absolutely.
and we have to get everyone on the same page. It's not about critical mass. And people would think about this. Oh, let's start the movie. Let's do 10 days. Let's put everything on the TV. Let's show Hillary, whatever, ripping a kid apart and all of this stuff. What? I wanted that too. But for the people that truly are in a sheepnesia coma, that literally think I'm insane, right, for thinking that, they would have a heart attack. They would jump off the roof. Do you want that? We're upset with our friends and family that are suffering with sheepnesia. But do we want them to get beat over the head, or we've gone this long. We have to ride out the war. We have to not comply. We have to do what is asked of us, what you think. Do what you can, what feels good. We have to show compassion. We have to show love. But the most important thing, and I've been talking about this for well over a year, even before the Healy, is we have to do what we can. And I'm not talking to the person that literally is, wheelchair bound or couch bound. I'm not telling you to get out and go to the meeting and to the school board and fight, but the Patriots that can come together and do that, we're in this final battle. We have to do what's asked of us if we can. If we can physically and mentally
Yeah.
do it, that's what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be standing up. We're supposed to be coming together. We're supposed to be uniting, fighting through this battle. And at the very, very, very end, I didn't get involved in this. God saved my life on my birthday in 2021. That's for another day, another story. People know that. That's on my channels. And I believe that God will come to everyone like He came to me, and 100 times worse when it's time for when the show's over and God's going to show Himself and He needs to zap everyone. Poof. I think it will come, but we have work to do, and I think the Creator wants to see us, we the people, stand up, take our power back. You know, keep shouting from the rooftops the truth, and keep doing it. And so we now have something that, and we know at this point, if you're in this movement and you want to call yourself a patriot, and you know that Tesla was murdered and they have all of his technologies, in the satanic safe and all of that. These things are, you see disclosures coming out, and it's coming faster and faster, right? And it's part of the operation. We have to wake everyone up. They have to understand the level of corruption. I think the children's stuff will be one of the last things when people are kind of ready. It's coming out. The Pizzagate made its debut on X, with Elon.
Yeah, it did. Yep.
Elon, who's dead. The military runs Space Force, Twitter, Facebook. We own everything. It was confiscated with the executive orders. Trump's a wartime president. He's the current commander in chief. He never left power. All of that. We can do it forever, but we're waking up. Just listen to Trump's words. He's telling you. He told you in September we're going to get rid of Crooked Joe in less than 5 months. That's by the end of February. The man doesn't lie. And Joe has to be removed from office. Trump told you before he left office at the border wall, my favorite speech verbatim: the 25th Amendment is of zero risk to me and could come back to haunt Joe Biden and the Biden administration. As the saying goes, be careful what you wish for. So Trump told you years ago, before he flew off in Air Force One, which a president has never done because he's still the president. Sorry, I can't help with the red pill jargon.
I love this. Keep going.
But so he told us back then how Joe is going to be removed from office, 25th Amendment. So what just happened? There's an impeachment inquiry for the movie you're watching on Capitol Hill. So now we have to go through that. We have to go through testimony. We have to go through curing this. We don't need it, but a lot of people do. And once they start to get cured of this, and we get rid of the tail of the serpent, and we sweep the floor, and that mofo is completely gone off of this plane. That's when we get rewarded. I don't know how long it is. I can't tell you. I don't do dates anymore. It's the last thing I'm going to do. I came home. I'm treating my father with frequency healing. I got him off of, let me get back to while we're here, frequency healing.
Yeah.
This was my father's laundry list of meds. Can you read that?
Wow. Yeah, I can see it. Yep.
So
Trem, is that Tramadol? My wife was taking Tramadol for a while.
Right. All of these meds, and
Baclofen. I know Baclofen.
All of these meds, right? So I started with, and I actually worked with his doctor at the home. I had a meeting in the lobby while he wore his mask, like a little sheepy. And I said, we're going to start working on his pain meds. And I told him, let's try to do this. And I let him be involved by, we got to do this for 2 days and 3 days and then a cut 1.5. And I'm like, well, tell them at the home to do that. So I was treating my dad. I would go there every day, take him outside. It was the spring at this time, and we were grounding, and I was running frequencies. I was also running the Mag Healy, which we won't get into today. This is another one. This thing does like an 8-10 foot, and this can treat an entire room. Who's ever in the room running right now? I have holistic health running, because this usually sits out on the desk where my father hangs out and where I hang out, and so I'm always mainly treating my dad. So I would be treating him outside. We're grounding. First thing, I got my father off of all of those pain meds, the opioid, the what's the one, which one is the opioid? The tramadol is
Yep.
like an opioid.
Yep.
So I got
Yep.
him off all the pain meds, and he was getting shots in the shoulder for
Yep.
something.
Yep. Cortisone.
It's all gone. It's all gone, Jeremy. He's on
Wow.
no pain meds, no pain meds,
Wow.
no pain, gone. Then they had him on metformin and Jardians, and I always questioned. My father's not a diabetic, right? And this has been like probably 15 years he's on that shit. So I said, we're going to work on this next. So oh God, I says, well, you check his sugar, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not a doctor. I only played one on TV, but you check his sugar level. if they get crazy,
What show were you on? What show were you on?
I was recurring. It was like featured background 100 years ago on a show Mercy, where I was actually like an orderly. So I always play with that.
Okay.
Not a
I
doctor,
couldn't remember the name of it. Thank you for
but
that.
Mercy was the name of that show. It ran one season. But
Okay.
no, I was on. I started getting some great co-star roles, and I don't talk about that because that's a former
Oh,
life that I got
okay.
fired
Yeah.
from
Okay. Okay.
because they all fired me because I was
Yeah.
nuts, right? And so
I was just curious. Okay.
I'll
Yeah.
own that shit in the future when it's all cleansed, and I'll just
Sure.
gonna create my own stuff when
Awesome.
Hollywood's completely, you know.
Man, I want to. Hey, listen, I've got some friends that have some really good ideas, but we'll talk about that later.
We'll
Because
talk. I have an award-winning short film, but that was another
Oh,
life.
dude.
So
Okay.
it
Yeah, we
will
got to
be
talk.
life again when
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
get rid of the tail, and
Yep.
Hollywood
Yep.
is, we bleach it out
Right.
and shit,
Right.
right?
Absolutely.
So
Yep.
here we
Cash
go.
in
All
hand.
of these meds, everybody. He's 88 years old. Okay.
Yeah.
The only one he's on right now is Lasix, furosemide, and it's 20 milligrams, and I don't even give it to him every day. I weigh him, and if he's not like gaining weight with the water, because that shit makes you pee like so often, and it's exhausting. Like when you're
Yeah.
88, to get out of the bed every 20 minutes to pee, right? So this is real. Okay, he's 88, and I'll go say hello in a minute because the trolls think like he died, and I just have him propped up. So we'll go out
No
there.
way. People say that. Oh, that's terrible.
No, Jeremy, the devil is real, and he still has a stronghold on people. The
Oh
spiritual
man.
battle is real, man. Those days when when you can't move and you feel like you're in quicksand and you're just having that rough day, it's not you. It's the entities. They're in there. That tail. That
Yep.
tail of the serpent is moving fast and furious as it keeps getting chopped up into small pieces,
Yep.
and it
Yep.
finally gets eradicated, which
Yeah.
is it's any moment now, but at any rate, I just encourage people. Healingtheworld.love. You can contact me directly. I make it a point to respond to everyone, answer questions. Like, this is real. They'll let you try this thing for 2 weeks, and you can send it back. I got to tell you something, Jeremy. One person out of everybody I know sent it back, and you know why? It was because they missed a deal, and they thought they got it, and so they got upset and they sent it back. But guess what? 2 months later, they bought it again. They're always giving amazing deals because they do everything they can to put this in people's hands. And I want to tell people something because everyone's telling you just selling something. That's another thing. Snake oil salesman, right? Okay, cool. Get some of this snake oil because it saved my father's life. All right, if it's snake oil, get some and try it out because it saved my father's life. You want to call
Yeah.
it snake oil?
Yeah.
I don't give a shit what you
Yeah.
call it.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I have the facts. Okay, it's
Yeah.
truth and from the heart and facts. That's what we do over here and
Yeah.
nothing else. And if you don't
Well,
believe that, I got something.
I'll say this. I'll say this real quick because for my followers that know me, and I don't want to say that trust me. Maybe they trust me. Maybe they don't. That's on them. It's up to them if they trust me or not. All I'm saying is from my experience, the frequency wand blower that you talked about, I own one of those, and I can tell you that that works on certain things. It works on like cuts and like healing cuts in like double the time. It works on pains in like muscles and stuff. I've had sore muscles in my shoulder. It works for that stuff. What he's talking about goes to a whole nother level of cellular, almost like regeneration with this frequency stuff. Am I wrong in saying that,
No,
or
you're not. You're not. And I'll touch on that, and then we'll go say hello to him.
okay,
So there's two programs in this thing. There's an aura reading,
okay,
okay,
yeah,
and there's a resonance scan. There are
okay,
two different scans of the body that you can do. The
hmm
resonance scan will scan your entire body. You have to go through each group. like the mental group and the meridians and the chakras and bioenergetic harmony 1 and 2. This digital nutritional mixtures, right? Because
Right.
and over 50%, it will read your body. It
Yeah.
scans your body. It will read your body, and they tell you to treat the 5 highest percentages. Usually, anything over 50 is something you have to look at. Now, I don't want to get anyone nervous. Like if it's over 50, oh my god, I'm dying. No, it's just reading your body, right? And so the higher percentages of whatever groups come up, whether it says kidney or liver or lungs or whatever, and it's so accurate. The people like that have asthma and stuff, like my sister, which there's testimonials on healingtheworld.love too. One of them is my sister that had asthma for 60 years, and when I came off the road in February, I started treating her, and for the first time in 60 years, she wasn't on her asthma um, nebulizer and her puffer every day. After like a week, she was off of that.
Wow.
Okay. And I have someone that was on oxygen for 5 years that is like, they may almost be off it now. I haven't caught up. Their testimonies on there. So this is real. And this is, just remember what's been kept from you. Did you hear what he said in the video? You know that whatever year it was, that Rockefellers and the devil hijacked the system, and they took the Reich machine. They murdered these people. They took these technologies. They buried Tartaria, all of our civilizations, which were healing and frequencies. This is what's coming back to us, folks, and it's here. It's not a Marvel movie. It's
Right.
real. And this is based on the Rife technology, right? And his grandson, great grandson, is still alive, Matthew. Um, so and this is, you can get this. I gotta say, you can start with this thing. There's different models, and the more frequencies that it has on it, the more expensive it is. But it starts at $500, and you can get started. And that's the one that will treat the pain, um, and the anxiety. Those two program groups come on here, and you don't have to buy the super expensive one. When you do this, when you do a scan, you might only need a couple of things. And if you don't have that program group, you can get them monthly. Some of them are $8. The most expensive group monthly that has like a bunch of this stuff, like 6 pages of the digital nutrition mixtures, is like $36, right? And so you may not need this forever. And I always, Jeremy, I'm trying to jam so much in it so fast because I hate to do super long videos. I'd rather do another one because the attention span, because of the devil, our attention spans are way, way, way low. We don't have tolerance for very long videos.
Right.
But we I lost my train of thought. It'll come back. Oh, so you this device, right? I believe in the future with all of my heart. We're not going to need devices.
Yeah.
We're not going to need med beds if they exist.
Right.
I like to believe they exist because we have this amazing technology. So I would like to believe that those exist. But the chronic people and all the people, whenever, if they do come out, and I'm not telling people that med beds exist, I hope they do. A lot of people are going to get treated, right? So you can get a head start if you were. I was talking about this last year. So if people started, here's a year that went by that a med bed didn't get delivered, right? And they're still waiting and they're still suffering. And some of them may not be hearing my voice because they dropped dead because they were waiting. They were waiting instead of claiming their power. Now I will say that it's important. We won't need this because and the top guy at Healy, one of the top guys, I've done shows with him which are on my channel, which really gets into amazing stuff of what I'm talking about. I won't do it today. I encourage people to get to Tenor Talk, which I believe my link is also on healingtheworld.love up top. You can go to Tenor Talk and hook with me. I have
right on your video right here, TennerTalk.com.
Awesome. Thank you, sir. But this device and the top technical guy in Healy, and we've done shows, he will tell you what I'm going to tell you right now. This device is a bridge. It's a bridge between you and the power that the Creator gave us. That's out wherever you want to find it. The quantum field, the God field, the universe, the keys to the universe inside you. We have that power, and this will connect with Braden and Dispenza and Lipton, who I started listening to a couple years ago. And along with this device and me manifesting and being able to quiet the mind and connect the mind with the heart, because this thing is doing a level of that as well. When you're able to do that on your own, we won't need that, and we can heal ourselves. So with me, my eyesight's coming back. I would have to. The glasses are here for the very fine stuff, but I wouldn't be able to run the computer and things like that. So I run the eyes program. My eyesight's coming back, and I've completely treated myself with this Healy. I'm 55. I don't mind telling anyone I'm in the best mental and physical. I mean, people think I'm crazy, but you know what I'm saying, Jeremy. I'm in the
Yeah,
best mental and physical shape of my life, and I can attribute that to me using this Healy and starting to manifest and quiet the mind down, because the devil wants my mind busy with all the shit that's going on out there, and
yeah.
that keeps you from claiming your power. And I'm learning how to do that as well.
And correct me if I'm wrong. I have a question for you. Is
Right.
is there any connection between this device and the ether itself, the energy in the air around us that we know is there? I mean, what is
I,
that connected?
I think so. Let's say Pops is in the dark. He's
Whoa,
running his. He's got his. You want to say hello to everybody? Hi. What's up? There
hello.
he is, guys. Look, I'm in the screen with him. He's there. He's alive. He's not a cardboard cutout. It's not Bernie. It's not
Oh,
Biden.
that's awesome.
All right, cool.
How are you,
Okay.
sir? Nice to see you.
So we got him an electronic boot kind of thing that it fills it push pressure on the legs, gives like a massage.
Yeah.
It's supposed to like push the water around and shit like that. So
Wow.
he's yeah, I didn't know he was doing that. He's a good boy. I didn't even have to tell him. So
He's listening. He understood the assignment.
yeah, he's listening to me. It's a reversal, Jeremy. When you get old, you got to start yelling at your parents and shit. You know, it's fun.
All right, Mom, if you're watching this, when the time comes, no, I'm kidding. We're not gonna be around for
my
that
mother
long.
told her. My
I'm
mother
wondering.
told me. My mother told me on her deathbed was the last coherent words I heard.
Yeah,
She said, "Make sure you take care of your father." And
yeah.
I'll get back to the ether thing. Remind me in a minute, just while
Okay,
I'm on
okay,
this.
okay.
And I
Yeah,
wasn't a very good son, and that was part of this. That's a part of the journey, kind of that we're all going through. We have to have more love and compassion, and that's what we need to be. That's what we need to be sending out. We have to have more patience, more compassion, more love. And when I finally was on the journey that I was on, I spoke to somebody very important on the phone. I don't mind saying it because I'm a huge fan, and I believe he's very important. It's the West Coast Wizard. He told me on the phone, "Yeah, get your ass home, and you got to go take care of your father." So it was kind of the creator told me to come home. It was my time to honor my mother's wishes, but it goes with what's happening in the world: more love, more compassion, forgiveness. And I will tell you, because this is important, when I did the aura reading on myself and I was looking at myself, this is how amazing this device is, Jeremy. I want people to hear this. This device scanned me, my aura. It went back ancestral, and it told me about my baggage. No therapy can tell you what your grandparents and your great grandparents handed down to you. I'm sorry, you just can't do it. It's impossible. This thing, and by me running frequency and vibration to what this thing told me about my life and the baggage that I was carrying, that's not my fault. What we're carrying is not our fault, by the way. So you have to forgive yourself, right? I ran frequency and I treated myself enough that I was able to honor my mother's deathbed wishes, because I tell everyone, my father, and I tell him right in front of his face so he understands when we're out and I'm talking about this, my father was an asshole, and it wasn't his fault because his father was an asshole. Okay, treated my grandmother like shit. My father treated my mother like shit, and we have to speak open and honest, it's truth and from the heart, so people know what's going on. And I was able to forgive my father that I was afraid to walk into the house when I knew my mother wasn't home. I was afraid to walk into the house as a kid, as a teenager, to be alone with him. Not no sexual stuff, just the mental torture and everything that went with it. I was afraid. So I was able, by treating myself with the Healy, I was able to forgive my father so much that my life is altered, and I'm not complaining. I was able to secure a place for us to live. It's a mobile home. We don't have much money at all, none, in fact. But God gives me exactly what I need to eat and keep everything just moving forward, and that's all I need right now. So this device helped me treat myself and forgive my father to honor my mother's deathbed words. And I took him out of the nursing home that was slowly murdering him. He was 275, 276 pounds. He's 230 pounds now, and that's mostly water. And he's on 0 medications because I treated him. There's also an aspect of love when you're giving love. When you're giving love and someone feels loved and wanted,
Yeah.
you're going to change their life as well.
Yeah.
Okay. So we hold all the power, Jeremy. And is it the ether? I don't know what the exact name is of what's going on.
Sure.
What I know, there's a creator.
Yeah.
People can call him God, Jesus,
Yeah.
whatever, one source, and he created everything. It wasn't like two rocks crashing somewhere and they form these beautiful masterpieces. You know, that's just some sick shit. There's a creator that created all of this beautiful, magnificent life and everything beyond that we haven't had access to yet.
Yeah.
Or we have, but we just don't have access to it in here yet, right?
Yeah.
So when we fully activate all of that DNA in the near future, we get to know who we are,
Right.
who we were, and why we signed up or why we were chosen because we're such badass warriors for this time to to fight, right? But right now, what we have is we have a piece of plastic with some shit inside, and it helps to scan the body, tell you what you're ailing with physically and mentally, and it finds the root cause of it. You have a headache, you have a pain in your ass, you have a pain in your knee. Well, there's a reason for that. It doesn't have to just be because something is wrong in the knee. It could be somewhere else, and it usually is. It usually is. So you can put a patch on it. You can take a natural herb. You can use the wand, and those work, and that's great. But I say, for the same amount of a lot of these things, you can get started and now you can find out why I have the pain in the ass. A little sarcasm. We usually know why we have a pain in the ass, but you know what I'm saying? Why we have that pain in the knee, why we have the pain in the shoulder, and you can treat the root cause. Now, this is approved through the FDA, like the guy said, for the pain and the anxiety and the depression, which is amazing. I can't even believe that, like, the devil, like, allowed that to happen. What they can approve it is for everything else that it does. And I will say it here. I won't say the word cure, Jeremy. I don't want to do that because I don't want it to get thrown off anyway. But whatever word you want to call it, this is no longer getting injected or going down my father's throat because of this.
Yeah.
And it's helping me and him tap into the power that was given to us by the creator. Is it ether? Is it out there? Yeah, it's out there. Is it in here? Yes, it's in here. Do I know how to tap into it? I'm learning in other ways, but I have this device that's doing all of this stuff. And I will be honest, I believe I know why it's taken the longest time for the one last thing from my father. And Jeremy, I hope people will connect with this. Do you know? So it's congestive heart failure, is what they said, which I actually believe they gave to him over 15 years or more by murdering him with these pills to slow the heart down. You retain, we know that big pharma's murdering us. We know that. So the last thing, and guess what it has to do with? The heart.
Yeah.
Do you think it's just physical?
No, not even close.
No. See, because my father has no clue. I got to tell you, he has no effing clue what is going on. I put a piece of plastic in his pocket with the phone while he's roaming around for an hour to run a program. And I'm like, Dad, I'm sending you frequency. Could you imagine 88? He's a little foggy. Could you imagine? Okay, my son's nuts. But I say, Dad, look, these are all gone,
he's really feeling better.
These are all gone, right? So he knows something's happening. But here's the thing, and I know it'll be happening very soon, Jeremy, because I'm on God's timing, right? And I didn't look for you to come on this show, right?
No.
It was
Yeah.
orchestrated
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
it's time to talk about these things, right? It came through
Yeah.
Lisa.
Yeah.
God bless Lisa. I
Yep.
know Lisa
Yep.
from another life, from some other things as a part of the prior
Right.
journey,
Right.
which had to happen, and I wouldn't change a thing.
She's
It's
a
all
different. She's been with me for. She's followed me for a long time. We're like family. Her and I.
so God has the warriors together, and they're coming
Yeah.
together, and disclosure is coming,
Yeah.
and we're coming closer and closer to that beautiful time.
Yeah.
There's still work to do, Jeremy.
There
And
is.
and
Yeah.
and look here, I love people. My life changed. The Creator came to me on my birthday in 2021, September 10th. Saved my ass. I quit drinking. I quit everything. I quit womanizing. I quit a lot of stuff
Mhm.
overnight with that day. So I
Right.
know what the Creator can do. I know that the Creator can send a bolt of love down and
Right.
shake your shit up to the
Right.
core.
Right.
I know
Right.
we can do it, and I
Yeah.
know that that's coming in the future for a lot of people. And I'm
Yeah.
probably going to get another one, and I'm looking forward to it because we need that final day
Yeah.
when it's done. But the guy, that's going to be the reward. I think the Creator is going to send whatever you want to call. He's gonna send he's gonna send it down, and I got a taste of it, and that's how I could speak from experience. Because what happened to me on my birthday, I was taken over. I was crying, screaming like a baby, snot coming out of my nose, screaming to make it stop. I was being shown my whole life. I was being judged. I got, I don't know, people call it the refiner's fire. I don't know what you call it, but I thought
Yeah.
I was dead that night. I thought I was dead. And I was taken over. I was not in control. And I guess I was forgiven, or I was activated, whatever it was. But the Creator rattled me to my core, that
Mhm.
I gave everything up the next day,
Yeah.
and I was in a fog for like a week. I didn't know what the fuck happened to me. I got to tell you, it was so. The Creator is the most. He created us. He could take it
Yeah.
away. He
Yeah.
could do it all. So I know what's coming. I know what the Creator is
Well,
capable.
the reason I asked you about the ether is because Kim Clement, you know about Kim Clement.
Of.
He had a prophecy years ago. I used to follow my mom and I used to follow Elijah List. Now it's called Elijah Streams, and that's where they stream different people on. You know, Steve Schultz.
Right.
I've known about my mother in law was interviewed by Steve Schultz years and years and years ago.
Wow.
So ElijahList.com used to be a publication website for prophetic words from prophets. And Kim Clement was a featured prophet on ElijahList.com. And one of the prophetic words that he gave back in 2000, I think it was 2004 or 2005, he talked about a new source of energy that was going to come to the earth, and it was going to be known as the Big E. The Big E. And it would come from nothing. People would say, where did this come from? It's like it came from garbage, like it came from nothing, like it just came out of thin air.
Well, it. I mean, I don't want to get everyone upset. I got it already. Sorry, everyone. I got it on my
Well,
birthday. I got a little bit. I got
well,
an
that's
I
what I'm
got an hors
saying.
d'oeuvre. I
Yeah,
got an hors d'oeuvre
yeah.
on my birthday. I did.
Well, I think it comes in measures. I think it comes in measures,
I'm
and
telling you.
we're getting it. We're
Telling you.
building up. We're building up to the full. But right now, I told my wife in the very beginning of this, when we first woke up, I told her, I said, "Here's the thing. Here's the key to this whole thing. God showed me in the very beginning. Stay alive till the end. Stay alive. That's it. If you can stay alive till the end, you will make it. Whatever you got to do, whatever that looks like, whatever you got to give up, whatever you got to sacrifice, stay alive till the end.
He's
That's
gonna.
it.
He's gonna. The Creator's in
I think this
charge,
will help. Yeah,
and I think if we're here now, and like the people that are listening to your show, the people that have been following me, the people
yeah,
that are awake, the people that did not comply, they know something's wrong.
right.
I believe pretty much everyone will be here now for the end. We've lost some people along the way. Some of them
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
think are lost, but I,
No,
I do I do know a couple people we
yeah,
lost.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
but I don't fear death anymore after that
right.
experience, because I know this is one of many experiences, and this is actually my understanding is this is probably the worst experience out of all the experience that we've had and what we're going to have. Like, this is literally this was like Earth is like it's like a school, like you're it's like a school in kind of like a prison. because that's what we've had most of our lives. We've been in prison, right? So we'll get a taste of some of the nice stuff at the end, but then we're moving on to, and then when we graduate this, it's just pure euphoria and beautiful stuff. So I don't fear that was another thing. I would be
Yeah.
up all night and, fearing death even as an adult,
Right.
because I didn't know. And when the creator came that day, I'm like, and that's why I'm mostly happy, and I'm not in fear of. I don't fear anything anymore. I have bad days when I know
Sure.
the devil's after me, like when I'm onto stuff, because now I'm helping,
Right. Right.
spreading the word about healing and power, and so the devil's after me. But I'll have a bad day, but I'll manifest, and I'll kick the living shit out of him out, and I'll cast him back to the pits of hell, and
Yep.
I'm usually up, Jeremy. But we're gonna have bad days, and I want to let people know, if you're having those bad days and you're in quicksand, it's because you're a warrior. We're fighting. One important thing we should get off
Yeah.
here soon is
No
when we
worries.
were talking about coming together and stuff. I still believe that we have a fight, and I don't mean I don't believe the creator is going to want us to be showing up. I don't think we're going to have to use the Second Amendment. I
Right.
think it's mainly the pen showing up with our voices and showing that we're not going to take any more shit. I believe we still have to show up to, part of the curing sheepnesia to school board meetings, and no more porn and no more transgender, none
Right.
of this.
Right. Right. Right.
And we got to
Yeah.
show up to our councils, and we still have Patriots showing up in Arizona. Shout out to
Yep.
Leslie,
Yep.
in Arizona, where I met them when I was at those meetings and
Yep.
protesting
Yep.
with them for 2 weeks and stuff. And
Mhm.
we have to show up, and that's why I created Patriot Finder. You don't put personal information in, you only share by zip code. So you could put 5 miles from your zip code, 10, 15, 20, 100. And I created it just for patriots to find each other in their neighborhoods, whether you
That's
just need to
cool.
find a patriot to have a cup of coffee. And
Yeah.
it's free. I've been able to keep it free right now, but as it's growing, and if, the servers, and
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
only have to put
Right.
your zip code, fill out the information, go to the Patriot portal. It's free, and I want to spread the word on this because I
That's
want
cool.
Patriots to be able to find each other for the final battle, or just to find someone to have a cup of coffee with. Because
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I've lost everything as a part of this battle. Even most of my family think I'm absolutely nuts. My sister's tolerating me, my brother-in-law, my father, because he has to, because I broke him out of the home and I'm saving his life. But no, he's happy. He's happy to be home, believe it or not. And but I created that, and I think it's an important tool. Like God gave it to me. I'm like, should I be putting time into this? And he told me that he said, do it. I'm trying to look for the logo, but anyway, here's the logo. I don't know if you could see it.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Jeremy, I would love for people to go to Tenor Talk and hook up with me on all of my social media. And if they're down with
Yes.
that,
Yeah. Yeah.
they're down with that red pill stuff, and they want to see.
Absolutely.
I actually interviewed Jake on my birthday this year. Jake, Captain America, shaman
Okay.
from the
Yeah.
Capitol.
Yeah. Awesome. Oh,
I,
cool.
we talk, and I had one of his videos from way back, which is a mind blowing video, which was talking about Q and the whole plan. I
Wow.
captured it, and then the video disappeared. I captured that in, like, I think 2020, and I always would share it, and I would say I was way ahead on that video. I captured it,
Okay.
and
Okay.
Jake is talking about the whole plan. It's amazing. But anyway, I have a mind blowing interview with Jake on my birthday. If you go to Tenor
Okay.
Talk, I think it might come up as one of the videos on the homepage. But if not, they can
Yeah.
my Rumble link, and it's like the
Yeah.
4 or 5 videos back. Jake, he's running for Congress. Jake is. There's a reason the
Wow.
world. I'll leave everyone with this. There's a reason the whole world knows who Jake is, and people are going to think I'm crazy, but I have to tell you this, and we cover this in the interview. Jake is literally here, and I've known this from a while. Jake is literally here, or the soul or the entity that is in Jake's body right now from another dimension. He literally is Captain America, and he
You
is here
know,
to help
you
us
went there. You went there.
save.
I did not know
I,
you
don't-
were going there.
it's truth
I'm
and from the heart,
surprised
bro.
you went
And
there.
it's way
Okay.
ahead of its time, and
Very
maybe
good.
only
Hey,
hopefully.
I'm with you. Listen, it just blows my mind you went there. All right. Hey, you know what?
Guess what? You need to watch. You need to watch that interview. So
Oh,
when you hang up, if you've
hey,
got
listen,
about an
I've
hour, you
seen
go
it.
to
I've seen it.
tennertalk.com,
Yeah,
and
I've
you'll see
seen
the picture of him on my
it. Yeah.
website, and
Yeah.
you watch that video, because it's gonna make your hair stand on ends, because that's the magnitude of what's about to change. Like, we're connecting with other dimensions and other places and other, like, you think the earth is it? Like, this matrix, this slave landia? Like, do we think that this is literally it? This is the bottom of the barrel. It only gets better from here, baby.
No, it's true.
Get over to healingtheworld.love, everyone. Please let me answer your questions.
Yes.
Please stop waiting to be saved. Okay?
Yeah.
Save yourselves. I got to tell you, I love you, but if you drop dead, I'm not going to know about it tomorrow, and there's nothing I can do. Stop waiting. Claim your power. I will answer any question. Please go to healingtheworld.love. Watch that other short video or the rest of the video that was just on here.
Yeah.
There's answers on there. My email link is on there. Please try to do something. I don't want to sound like a salesman. Please try this out to help you or a loved one. You must know someone. If you're perfect, maybe there's somebody that you know that you would want to help. And the more of this that we have going on, the more of this power that we have going on. We talk about that with Healy. His name is Ken Close. For those that really want to take another dive and go on my channel, look for Ken Close. He's the guy that smuggled this device into the U.S. from Germany 5 years ago, and you know that that's risking your life, right? You know that technology, but the turn is coming, right? So no one's being murdered anymore. Disclosures here, and we're safe. But we need more of this quantum and this ether and this energy and this power being sent out, because when I'm treating, I'm giving off, right? I'm giving off my energy out of my heart field, right? So the more of this that's going on, the more healing that's happening, we're sending that out into the ether, Jeremy, and other people are recipients of it, whether they like it or not. And that's really the shift. If people want to know the truth, when does the movie end? When we shift the consciousness into that place of love and gratitude, and not all of this stressed out, look here and there instead of here. When we get more of that going on, that's the critical mass, not the critical mass that I know Joe Biden is being played by Jim Carrey, and we're watching a CGI movie, tumbleweed going around in Washington, and none of that is real. That's the cog, right? No, that's not critical mass. Yeah, Joe Biden is dead, and Hillary's dead. No, that's not critical mass. When someone knows that, critical mass is when we shift into the collective consciousness of where we need to go. And he's waiting. That's what the creator is waiting for. That's the critical mass. Update! Breaking news! That's critical mass. Anyway, I love everyone. Healingtheworld.love. Jeremy, thank you so much for this opportunity.
Hey, quick question before you go. Last one, and you can be as short or as long as you want.
No.
Do you believe that big pharma has to be out of the equation fully before we see actual military style grade med beds in the public?
I honestly don't think it really has anything to do with it. I believe that the military, even though people can still go to the drugstore and get drugs, I have heard that certain drugs are not available anymore, and
that too.
And so that's the good news, that we're also in control of big pharma, but that has to be a slow drip too, because if they cut off drugs and people aren't awake, and they don't know where to find us, and they don't know where to get one of these, and they can't go to the drugstore, and they're suffering with sheepnesia, then they're just going to be like, and they're going to drop dead because they think they need the drugs. So it's a slow drip. So when you're like, oh, you can't get a Mrs. Smith in 2 weeks, you're not going to be able to get amphetamine anymore. We'll get you onto this. We can try this. See the operation is in control. And we're in control of everything, but everything is slow drip and slow disclosure, because people suffering with this can't take that
So
Ha! Right?
it's sort of like how two financial systems are sort of going side by side right now.
Exactly.
Two
Exactly.
medical systems are kind of going to go side. Okay, I don't want to get off into all that. Thank you,
No, no,
Tenor. I
no. And
appreciate
and
you.
I believe everything is under control.
I do
Uh,
too.
and
Yeah,
and
I do
people will
too.
say this, like people I'll see, like I have a few channels because I removed myself from the intel. The intel is I had to take control of my life. I
Yeah,
keep my eye on certain things, I
sure.
just for
Sure.
entertainment. What did the Speaker of the House do today? Oh, Hunter
Yeah.
Biden was in front of the Capitol. Oh, that's great CGI. I wish Nancy Drew was there to be showing that there was a tumbleweed rolling by where Biden was supposed to be standing, right?
Yes.
Because I do that for entertainment, just to be like, oh, that's great. What's next in this movie? I want to be on the writing team, actually, of this comedy, right? So I do that just to keep up with that, but not
Yeah.
waiting to be saved. There's a
Yeah.
difference. I shifted from watching to be waiting to be saved into comic relief and
Yeah.
what the normies are watching. What are they
Right.
giving the normies today to help wake them up? Who testified about something today to wake the normies up and help cure sheepnesia? That's why I'm watching, not
Right.
to be saved. I'm
Right.
taking my power, and I've been taking my power into my own hands. And if I was waiting, my father might be dead. So anyway, I
Yeah.
I love everyone. Try to stop waiting
Yeah.
and try to do something, because when we start taking our power back is when we're going to inspire others, and we can tell the stories of how we made the changes, how we helped others, what we did, and we
Yeah.
share that beautiful joy and love, right? And that's what's going to do it, Jeremy. I fully believe, and I want someone to come back in the future and tell me why I was wrong. They're not going to be able to do it.
Yeah.
They're not.
Well, listen, I'm thrilled for the future, and I want everyone to make it to the end. So I believe in med beds 100% myself personally. Those of you that follow me know that I've done tons of posts on med beds. I believe in it. However, I do know that people are dying. So I really want you guys to go to these websites that he's talking about. I want you to look at this stuff because I think it's time for people to stop dying. Trump said the one thing he wanted out of all these wars was for people to stop dying.
Right.
So let's seriously take a serious look at this. And I'm not making a dollar off of this. This is not my business. I'm bringing Tenor on here to tell you guys how to heal your family. That's all I'm doing. I'm not making a penny off of this. So I
Well,
bring the
Jeremy, I told you we were discussing. I mean, I don't know if you touch on anything personal in your family.
well, I mean, yeah, I have my followers know my wife's situation and the wreck that we,
So
all this
I
stuff.
told
They know
you,
all of that.
and
Yeah,
I know, and
yeah,
we have to get your hands on a Healy, and
yeah,
I know
yeah.
that we'll be able to do some things with your wife, and then
Sure,
potentially the next show will be
right.
when you can personally give some great testimony about the changes
Yeah,
that are
and
occurring.
hey, and I'm open
It
to it.
has to happen.
I'll pay for it. I'll try anything. I'm open. Listen, I, you have no idea what we've spent on actual natural medicine.
I
So,
know a little bit because you sent me some of the
well,
stuff, so
I
I
know,
was
you
like,
know, yeah.
"Whoa!"
It's
Yeah.
crazy. We've been
No, I
through.
know, but
We've been to hell and back.
God bless you, and
Hey,
the Creator
love you,
wants her
man.
here,
Yeah,
and she's not going anywhere, and she's doing great, and
no,
she's
right.
healed, and so
Yeah,
motive B, we she's better, and but let's
yeah.
give her a little boost.
That's
Let's
right.
get her a little one of these little plastics, and let's talk about it. Bro, thank you so much. Thank you, Lisa, for making this happen, and um, this isn't the last time we'll be talking, brother. This is I already love you, and this is a great friendship. And we have a lot of work to do, and
Yep,
I'm looking forward to the
yeah.
future. And I'm looking to come back when we have something else important to speak about.
Absolutely. So when I set up a part two with Tenor, you'll know it. I'll post it in the Telegram channel. He'll post it on his. Thank you all for joining. We love you all. God bless every one of you. And Tenor, thanks for being here, brother. We love you very much. And man, hats off to you for all you've done with your father, man.